There are bruises and hemorrhages on the neck. These usually occur due to increased inhalation when fighting to breathe underwater. Post-mortem markings are seen on the underside of the body, that is, on the back, thighs, and calves of the deceased. It's likely that the deceased was lying on her back when she was fished out. There are some obvious scratches on the skin. The skin on the hands can be easily separated from the body. The separation takes the form of a glove. The so-called washerwoman's skin on the feet. The deceased had indeed been in the water for a long time. So, after the preliminary exam, it's time to take a closer look at this. Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife. Today's date, the deceased was clothed. Rigor mortis does not need to be checked. Based on the state of decay, you can be sure it has subsided. Where to start? We see thick, white foam in the mouth of the deceased, resulting from pulmonary edema. Foam is a characteristic in deaths due to drowning. There are obvious scratches on the skin, especially on the back and hands. These could be defensive wounds, evidence of some sort of altercation prior to death. The spots have a purplish blue-red hue, which is a typical sign of the death of the organism. Yep, pretty typical. Livor mortis are formed as a result of putrefaction of blood in the veins. Due to the fact that the deceased was wearing shoes all the time, her feet are in better condition than her hands. Nevertheless, we can still notice a clear, wavy skin and the so-called washerwoman's skin texture. No obvious signs of struggle. The skin on the hands would have easily peeled away from the flesh. Some of the fingers have already lost their nails. Okay, that's probably enough to indicate it. I'd better note that down in the records. Hands heavily wrinkled from There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about this liver. Considering the deceased's penchant for drinking alcohol, it could have been a mere accident. Diffuse spots are caused by blood rotting in the veins. Marks found on the neck and foaming at the mouth are typical signs of drowning people. Those abrasions appear relatively fresh. No healing or scarring is visible. In this case, the question is, was drowning an accident? Maybe it's just an abrasion, or maybe the result of a fight, and being livor mortis of a different color could indicate poisoning with carbon monoxide, cyanides. Their distribution suggests that a simple trip, loss of... Fortunately, the skin on the hands didn't fall off. Otherwise, I'd have trouble identifying the deceased. That's all for now. Before I begin the dissection, I'll make sure the suggested identity is correct. The suitcase with the fingerprint equipment should be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. With decomposing bodies, the tissue of the pads and the fingers tends to shrink. To remove these shrinkages, a mixture of glycerin or air is used. If the body of the deceased is well preserved, fingerprinting is similar to that of a living person. The fingerprint sheet should always be checked. Slipping fingers, too much or too little ink, or inaccurate hand position can make fingerprints illegible. I'm going to conduct a dactyloscopic examination. If in fact the deceased is in the police database, I will find her. Glycerin is injected successively between the nail and the skin of each finger. The substance then enters the fingertip, removing shrinkage and wrinkles. Now I take a brush. Only when the skin is taut and elastic can you use ink. I think it's enough. I'm getting fingerprint samples. In the case of drowning victims, you have to be extremely careful. The skin may fall off the hand like a glove when you take the print. I'll use the fax machine to add the print into the system. Green button and... Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police database on the computer. Great, the data is there. Click upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours of fun. One more. Analyze button. And we have a result. Everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, the deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd. That went smoothly. I'll print this out and attach it to the medical records. I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work. Great, now I can go back to my inspection. I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick. If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life, and then diatoms characteristics of pooled water like a well, got into the body. In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well where police found the body. Now I need to adjust the knobs properly and place the diatom in the center of the slide. Diatoms are single-celled microscopic algae. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. Oh, I'm finally starting the aperture. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too dark. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large. Nah, too much light. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. Oh, the aperture. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirt. And it's not. And perfect. I won't even notice an army of. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. Nah, too much. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. Nah. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. The aperture still needs adjustment. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. The aperture still needs adjustment. The image is too. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. Nah. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens. And perfect. It's not a dirt. And perfect. Oh, I'm finally starting to. The aperture. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty. And perfect. It's not a. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but nah, too much light. I won't. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, and perfect. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather... And perfect. Nah, too much light. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. The aperture... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but and it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a... And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. I won't even notice an army of... Nah, too much light. I won't be able to see the diatom's transparent walls. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. Nah, too much light. I won't be... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirt... And perfect. Nah, too much light. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a... And perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. Nah. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirt, but rather a bad focus. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this... Nah, too much light. I won't... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And perfect. Nah, oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a... And perfect. Nah, oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a... And perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing... Nah, too much light. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. Nah, oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. The aperture still needs adjustment. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. Nah. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. Nah. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad. Nah, too much light. Oh, Nah, too much light. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. Perfect. As expected, we find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, epitheca, which overlaps the lower, hypotheca, is clearly visible. The presence of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious. Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have entered the body. Studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis. I can finally get to the practical part. I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here. You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested. I proceed to remove the rib cage. It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs for tests. If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, I remove the lungs and proceed to their examination. Taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. The emphysema corpses found in water are worth examining with a tomograph. However, I can't count on such luxuries, so I must reach for a more archaic technology, a bucket and water. Ooh, I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this. Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide. water should be at room temperature. That's enough. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here.
Oh, Jesus.
Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gases released during decomposition could also give a fault. In this case, however, it's about something else, namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface. Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily. Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed. I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface. All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations. Let's see. Although I expect we'll find them easily. The aperture still needs adjustment. Nah, too much light. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but... and perfect. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Nah, too much light. I won't be able to see... Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them. I'll make a note of all this. So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway. So, I move on to checking the other organs. I ligate the heart, and then remove it for inspection. Strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis of the organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease. I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for herself. Like most organs, her liver is enlarged. The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas. I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect. The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins and many small hemorrhagic foci. I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased. Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years. I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing. It looks very turbid. I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents. One thing you'd never get used to is how much this desk smells. Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food. So let's check the diatoms. Again, but in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to my old but trusted centrifuge. Ideal for all the fluid tests I need to perform during an autopsy. I need to take my pills now! Must have been nothing. Okay, this is one last little sample. Now, set. My own but trusted centrifuge. Ideal for all the fluid tests I need to perform during an autopsy. Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. My own but trusted centrifuge. Ideal for all the fluid tests I need to perform during an autopsy. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well. Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine. Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn. Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police. Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case. More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. There's little left to do. I'm going to check the airway patency of the deceased. Interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection. I dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is interesting. Let me look at it. Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring. Quite standard from the outside. There's an What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring. But how did it? But this should be at home. I have it. At home. It's... I have to check this out. Where are my meds? Where the fuck are my meds? Jesus Christ! Hope these all make it go away. I have to check the apartment. It can't be. Mr. Ridley, Mr. Ridley!
What's all the ruckus?
I need to go home. Immediately.
What? Now?
I have to. Have you seen anyone here this morning? Anybody suspicious?
No, there was no one. Dorothy was, but only for a moment, then she left. What's wrong with you, Hammond?
Okay. Thanks.
What about the corpse?
I'll come back, I promise. Jesus Christ! I have to check this out. This... Please be there. It can't be your wedding ring. It's not here. It's not. I need to go. This is sick. Fuck. Come on, Stephen. Pick up the fucking phone.
What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that. I don't know. I was jittery. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it. I knew it from the beginning this was going to happen. I didn't make it up!
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Stephen? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God, what now? Okay, I need a drink. Jesus. What's going on? Just one sip more. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Yep. Okay. These reports will kill me one day. It's time to go to work. Fuck. Yes.
Hi, this is Charlotte. I guess I interrupted you again?
Oh, hi. No, I just... I wrote reports in those last sections, and I was just about to leave for work.
I always know when to call.
Yeah, definitely. What's up? How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay, nothing new. I had a few days off.
Oh, that's nice. Then... Did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well, the photo with, the photo I asked you for?
It hasn't come yet? Oh, sorry, but I said it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. I'm sorry for rushing you. You have so much on your mind, I thought maybe you forgot.
It's okay, no worries. With my pills, Pills. I almost forgot to take my pills. So you see,
Yeah.
I have to go now.
Yes, sure.
Let me know if you still haven't received the letter. Then I'll try... well, maybe I'll find something else.
Oh, really? Could you? It would be great if you could. Really?
Yeah, I know what it means.
Well,
Damn, did I mess up the address? How am I gonna get those pills? Maybe I should invite Charlotte to do something herself. I should take out the trash first. Ugh, why is it so wet? Oh shit, almost left the door open. I shouldn't be this tired.
Trust me.
I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before. I should call her on Friday. Oh, God. Why do I like sleeping so much? Huh?
It's just me, Jack.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
Huh. I've missed how friendly and helpful you are. I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good. Christ, this one's heavy. Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself. Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body. Ugh. And they'll still have the accompanying photos anyway. November 27th, 1991, 5:14 p.m. Conducted by James Evans, Jr. Also note, Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen. There were also attempts to accuse him of burglaries in the new... This is... it's a rather strange coincidence. Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. The body was found clothed. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag. Oh, fuck. I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left. Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather, plain, classic jean. Interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline. Mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrators pulled his... The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Haven't... A lighter, engraved with the police insignia. It looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence. Certainly not my style. It could have been used to stop or reduce bleeding. Is this? Something's stuck here. It looks like some kind of ectasis? Scale? This could point to an animal being responsible. And here, another animal souvenir. It looks different than the previous one. The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans... Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smuggler. The guy suffered an accident while transporting illegal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Did the impact kill him? Or did one of the animals he was transporting do him in? They even talked about it on the news. People were terrified that some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him. Okay, the book. Which page was it? Local wild. Oh, that was quick. I wouldn't expect anything else. Not this area, but who knows. I don't know why I'm even bothering. Nile crocodile. Formerly worshipped as a god in ancient Egypt. No way. I would expect something local? I certainly don't remember hearing of an animal escaping from the zoo. What kind is this? Saltwater. Ugh, Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would... the pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. There hasn't been a case like this for a long, long time. All right, I'll begin. The deceased skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse. Nasty. Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime. It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound. No head. That's not hard to miss. This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument. Oh, and as expected, There's a bite. Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like some sort of attack or kidnapping.